So, good day, Miss Cathy. I'm Raymond Brian Asuncion, along with my groupmates, Kil Nicolindura and Jared Salonga. We are from the first year BS Information System of St. Teres College of Taguig. Today, we will discuss about our topic, video presentation on enterprise architecture of Spotify in partial fulfillment of the subject enterprise architecture. So, let's start. So first, let's start with the business architecture. So in business architecture of Spotify, we have 5 subtopics: the key partners, key activities, value proposition, customer relationship, and customer segments. So let's start first with the key partners. In key partner section, we have the copyright owners and royalties. It means dito po, yung mga copyright owners, sila po yung parang nag-produce po ng mga music and partner po sila doon sa Spotify in order po para mag-interact po yung music and yung Spotify po. Then, pangalawa po is key activities sa business architecture po. So, dito po sa key activities po, meron po tayong software development, content management, music licensing contracts, and infrastructure. So, in this section, software development, it talks about the code, the APIs that was used in order to make the Spotify app. Next is the content management and music licensing contract. So, here, sa section po na to, dito pinag-uusapan kung yung kontrata ng music and yung mismong app. So, kumbaga, kung si gantong kanta ba ay mag-i-stay dun sa app na yon. So, next po, pangatlo po is, we have the value proposition. The value proposition, it means, what is the benefits of the apps to its users. So, in this section, we only have 2. Music streaming for the users when they play their music, and for the developer, their advertising. So, free section of the Spotify, we have the advertisement. So it's like YouTube, wherein they pop up ads during or after the music, so they can get revenue. So fourth is the customer relationships. So in this customer relationship, it talks about how the user will interact with the developer. So whether the user is encountering any problems with the app. So here we got the Spotify.com and Spotify.app. Also, additional, in this section, dito po pwedeng mag-avail po yung mga customer ng premium version po ni Spotify. So, pang-fifth po is the customer segments. So, ito na po yun. Music listeners, meron po tayong dalawa dito. So, first one, we got the music listeners, which is the free version. It comes up with the ads. And second one is music listeners paid. So it comes with the premium package without ads. So next one, dumako naman po tayo sa information architecture po ng Spotify. So this part, it only consists of 3 parts. So first one is the client applications. Spotify provides application for web, desktop, and mobile platforms, each optimized for their respective environments. So this basically says that yung mga tao daw po, maka-access nila yung Spotify through desktop or laptop. Pangalawa is mobile platforms or yung cellphone. And pangatlo po is yung website po, yung mismong website po. Kumbaga pag sinearch nyo si Spotify sa website, magpa-pop up po yun, whether sa PC man or sa cellphone. Then pangalawa po is metadata management. So here in metadata management, it utilizes a combination of SQL and NoSQL databases to manage songs metadata, user profiles, and playlists. So third one is search and discovery. So here, it employs advanced search algorithms and recommendation systems to help users discover their music based on preference and listening history. So dito naman po, ang sinasabi niya dito is kapag yung user is more on mahilig siya sa mga rap or rap na song, is yun yung magpa-pop up usually sa kanyang recommendation. So the third one is the application architecture of the Spotify. So let's start with the key components. So Spotify, it uses an API. So API, it is what we call application programming interface. So this is what we call the Spotify Edge service. So it acts as an entry point for client requests, routing them to the appropriate backend microservices. So so here we mentioned the backend services, microservices. So dumako po tayo doon. So backend microservices, each services handles a specific domain. So first is user service, which is manage user profiles and authentication. Two is the playlist service, handles creation and management of playlists. Third, search service, provides search functionality for the users to search their musics. So lastly, the playback service, it manages audio streaming and playback controls, whether you want to repeat the music or shuffle the playlist, so on and so forth. So here, it uses data layer. It utilizes various databases and caching systems. For the PostgreSQL, it is used for the relational database for structured data. Cassandra for NoSQL for handling large volumes of data. Then Google Bigtable, it uses for the real-time analytics. Then Redis and Memcache in-memory data stores for caching to improve performance. So lastly, let's go to the technology architecture of the Spotify. So first, we got its infrastructure. It uses the cloud for transition from on-premise data centers to Google Cloud platforms. So when it comes to the data analytics of the Spotify, it uses Apache Kafka. The usage of Apache Kafka is for real data pipelines. So let's go to the second, Google BigQuery and Apache Beam. So here, the use of this is for batch processing and analytics. Then Luigi is used for Spotify's internal workflow management tool for ETL jobs. Then machine learning and recommendation. So it uses TensorFlow, PyTorch, and Spotify own modification language tools. So modification language models train on user behavior, song metadata, and listening patterns. So security and authentication, it uses OAuth 2.0 for user authentication. So it kindly prevents data privacy leakage. So lastly, TLS and SSL encryption for secure data transmission.
So what I'm gonna be discussing now is about Spotify security architecture. Spotify has established a robust security framework designed to protect user data, such as personal information and payment details. At the core of this system is identity and access management, which ensures that only authorized individuals have access to sensitive resources. This limits the risk of internal and external threats by tightly controlling who can access what. To secure data, Spotify employs encryption, both when data is stored at rest and while it's being transmitted across the network in transit. This ensures that even if data were intercepted or accessed without permission, it would remain unreadable. Security is not treated as an afterthought in Spotify's development process. Instead, it is integrated early and continuously through a practice known as DevSecOps. This approach embeds security checks into every stage of development, so code is tested for vulnerabilities before it's deployed, reducing the chances of introducing security flaws. Spotify also operates a 24/7 security operations center that monitors its system in real time. This enables the company to quickly detect suspicious activity and respond to potential threats, reducing downtime and limiting potential damage. Because Spotify is hosted on the Google Cloud platform, or GCP. It benefits from Google's native security features, such as firewalls, identity management, and intrusion detection. However, Spotify also implements custom monitoring solutions on top of GCP's built-in tools to better tailor security to its specific needs. Finally, Spotify places a high priority on user privacy and adheres to data protection regulations such as the General Data Protection Regulation. This includes practices like minimizing data collection, providing user controls, and ensuring transparency about how data is used. And the next one I'm going to be discussing, it's all about Spotify Cloud Architecture. Spotify has migrated to the Google Cloud Platform or GCP to make its services more scalable and efficient. They use a microservices architecture, which means their system is broken down into small, independent services that can operate quickly and reliably. For handling data, Spotify uses distributed bases and real-time data processing to power features like Discover Weekly, which relies on fast, large-scale data analysis. To deliver fast streaming across the globe, Spotify leverages content delivery networks which store and serve content closer to the users to reduce latency. In terms of deployment, Spotify uses automated CI or CD pipelines and Kubernetes to efficiently manage, update, and scale their services. This automation helps ensure that new features and updates can be released quickly and with minimal risk. Monitoring and system reliability are also key priorities. Spotify invests heavily in observability tools and system health checks to make sure their services remain online and perform well under heavy demand. And the last I'm gonna be discussing is all about Spotify network architecture. Spotify uses the Google Cloud Platform or GCP to bring its services closer to users and reduce latency. To speed up streaming, they rely on content delivery networks and edge caching, which store popular content near the users to minimize load times. Within their system, Spotify uses a microservices architecture, where individual services communicate through a service mesh. This setup ensures secure, reliable, and efficient communication between components. To manage traffic effectively, Spotify combines the public internet and private backbone network, optimizing performance and redundancy. Load balancers are used to distribute user requests across multiple servers, ensuring smooth operation even during high traffic. Their network is also designed to be secure and resilient. All data is encrypted and backup systems are in place to maintain service availability in case of failures.
So now, I'm gonna be discussing the project architecture of Spotify. Spotify runs its code base around microservices, and it has monorepos and polyrepos. The structure of Spotify contains microservices, backend for front-end, shared libraries, front-end apps, and ML projects. The next one that I'm gonna explain is the infrastructure architecture of Spotify. Spotify uses a cloud-native microservices-based infrastructure hosted on Google Cloud Platform or GCP. So the last one that I'm gonna explain is a data architecture of Spotify. Spotify's data architecture is a event-driven and cloud-native, built to handle petabytes of data from millions of users.